Learn the most advanced recruiting techniques. Land the most desirable talent. Launch your company towards massive success. This is the Higher Power Radio Show with Rick Girard.
Welcome to the Higher Power Radio Show. This is Rick Girard, and I am at TiECon Southwest 2018 with Beerud Sheth. He's the co-founder and CEO of Gupshup.
Gupshup, it means chit-chat in Hindi.
So what brought you to the event today?
Oh, I was speaking about my entrepreneurial journey at TiECon, and I'm based in Silicon Valley. I'm a charter member there. So here to talk about the two companies I founded.
Fantastic. What was the company prior to Gupshup?
So the first company was called Elance, which sort of pioneered the gig economy and an online freelancing platform. Elance was founded 20 years ago, and then it merged with Odesk, was rebranded to Upwork, which finally did an IPO a month ago. So that was a big milestone. And then the second company is the current one, Gupshup, which is a messaging platform.
What would you say would be your key contribution or your key reason why you've been able to attract talent in the Valley? I do recruiting in the Valley as well, and I know how tough it is out there.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, the Valley is a tough place to recruit. And what's been unique or what we've tried to do is, firstly, I've always been excited by working on sort of big ideas that can impact the world, that are exciting, that also have sort of a mission that's larger than just the commercial or the financial outcome, right? So in Elance's case, I mean, it was about creating livelihoods for millions of freelancers around the world, as well as driving savings for small businesses. So the point is, when you have a mission that people can get excited about, smart people care about more. I mean, they'd be successful anywhere. They can work at a lot of jobs, but there has to be a higher sense of purpose, a mission. And I think that's been the one differentiator that works very, very well.
So you've made it something that's really important to you. You have a mission and a purpose.
Exactly. And I think most people care about that, even candidates when they're evaluating. We find that, right? So usually it makes it, one, they're attracted for the right reasons. Two, you don't get into these extended negotiations over sort of minor things. People are willing to take that leap of faith. And then even over time, they're among the best employees because they're motivated, they're committed, they give 120%. It's nothing that a contract can buy. I mean, it really, people have to just feel it. And once they do, it works very well.
And emotional commitment is far more powerful than compensation.
Exactly. I think compensation only works beyond a range. Look, ultimately, there's no science to it. There's a range beyond which, it's hard to optimize, right? So ultimately, how people feel about compensation is driven by other factors. One is purpose. The other is a team, the co-workers, right? So oftentimes, I mean, in the Valley, you talk about, hire A players because A players hire other A players while B players tend to hire C players. So you try to bring in best people with diverse skill sets and they like working with each other, create an apolitical culture, right? Smart people hate politics. They want to focus on work. They want to make a contribution. They don't want to have to deal with, sort of posturing and positioning and so on. So these are the factors that have worked for us in building a good culture and attracting talent. And ultimately, the word of mouth, right? Your best sources of referral are your existing employees. And they're also your biggest reference checks, right? If you're hiring a prospective candidate, they'll find somebody else working in the company to find out what the company's like. So
you're singing my song. This is what I preach, and I follow you 100%. What's been your biggest takeaway so far from the TiECon event?
I think the TiECon event always attracts lots of interesting people, entrepreneurs, both accomplished entrepreneurs as well as aspiring ones, and that exchange of conversation, all the corridor conversations are really, to me, the most interesting part. And then the bonus, of course, are some of the sessions where people share different experiences, and it's always fun to hear. Plus, sometimes some domain areas, like right now, AI and machine learning is very topical, so that was interesting to learn as well.
Anything that's plug into your business?
I think, hard to say something specific, but I mean, this is how it goes. I mean, there's always an element of serendipity. I've made a few relationships here, some connections, some old friends, and you never know. I mean, it comes back, the sort of the circle of life. Some of these may translate into business opportunities or some ideas that I might use.
Well, I wish you much success in your new venture. Elance was obviously a big hit, and I'm a fan. I use Elance quite often. But thank you for taking a quick moment to talk to us today. Now, if anybody is interested in taking a look at your new company, how do they reach you?
Firstly, thanks for having me here. And gupshup.io is the website, GUPSHUP.io. and it's an online messaging platform for enterprises for sort of B2C communication and so on.
I highly recommend that our audience check it out because with what you've done with Elance, I'm sure it's going to be a hit.
We hope so. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to Higher Power with Rick Girard on OC Talk Radio.